Hi, Pep. You said how impressed you are with Burnley, having watched them. Had you watched them before preparing for this game?
No.
Have you seen them before this season?
No, we saw a game against United when playing Carabao Cup, I think so, yeah. But it was time ago. So since then, I think it changed a little bit the way they play, but his variation. So he made many good movements. It depends. Sometimes with 4 in the back, 3 in the back. Sometimes in diamonds. Sometimes a structure 3-2. Sometimes the fullbacks inside. It's so difficult to understand what they're going to do because you cannot control everything because you don't know exactly what they have to do. But the movement they do always have sense. Every single action, and you realize when you see them there is work behind. There's a good knowledge, and that's why. What I said about Vini, I think sooner or later is going to come here, not because he was an important figure as a football player, that helps, or the connection with the fans, or knowing the club and the Premier League, that is important. I'm talking about, he understands the game, he knows exactly. And I have a rumors that he's incredible work ethic, and he's a guy like all the club put pressure in every department to do it the best, and when you combine your knowledge about the game for experience and after your love for the club that you love, so at the end, these kind of things, must to finish together.
And how much more impressive does it make what he's done? The fact that he walked into a club that had just been relegated.
Yeah.
They sold almost their entire team from the Premier League.
Yeah.
And brought in players for about 2/3 of the money that they brought in.
Listen, the results they have done so far, with this consistency in the Champions League, I imagine how tough it must be. And being, 17, 18 points in front of the second or the third, I don't know exactly, but, incredible advantage to go. But especially the way they play is because there is something there. There is something there. So we are going to play against team like it's Premier League team, almost already. I know Vinny maybe that don't like to listen to this because always has to be cautious as a manager. I would do the same because as it is done, is not done. But we have to talk about this, the Premier League team, and when it's quarterfinals, FA Cup, and everything can happen. You have to be careful. But this amount of good results, week in, week out, is because you have something. Otherwise, you cannot be this type of consistency for a long time if there is not work behind or something like it's solid. Because always bad afternoons you have and bad moments, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen because the result after result after result is winning. And that means there are a lot of work on the pitch and a lot behind the scenes.
You talked a little bit about how important Vinny was off the field here. We could all see how important he was on the field. Are there any moments that you think back on? You think of him making a major difference off the field? Any particular moments?
When we're together?
Yes.
Yeah, many times. Many times I had problems, always there. So I think he understood perfectly the role of captain, and he applied really well. So there are many things, of course. And the guy unfortunately was injured quite often, but always will recover. And after 1 week, he was ready to play, and he didn't feel the pressure. He was there. I said, I'm going to play, but unfortunately, he knows it. Otherwise, it was already legend. Imagine being consistent in terms of not injuries in the last period. It will be even more.
Okay. Since João Cancelo left, it would be easy to think there's not many options in the defence. And recently you've been playing the 4 centre-backs. But there is a lot of options because obviously Stones goes into midfield. You've had Bernardo at left-back, Ake kind of on the left-back as well. How have you managed, since João left, to find these different changes? And what impact do you think they've had on the team? Or does it have an impact going forward? Like, has it helped Jack? Has it helped find Erling? These kind of things?
The same. I imagine it's the same when he was here. So in the build-up with the back three, suit perfect with the players that we have. If we need, for example, to play with the fullbacks wide up and down, so like 95% or 99% of the teams they play in that way, we cannot do it. We don't have players to do this right now. So we don't have fullbacks who go up and down every 3 days. Oh my God. We don't have this this quality. So we have to adapt, but the same happened with Joao. With him, we lost a little bit there. He could play a little bit more there. But with the players that we have right now, with for example, Kyle or Jaime, suit perfect the way we are making building up with 3 in the back or 4 and after 2 and 3 or whatever. So we can do it. It's not the impact have not been absolutely important.
I know you say you don't think too much about the transfer market, but generally, when it comes to buying players this summer, do you want the kind of players you don't have?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you want to add that variety.
Yeah. So it's so important for the future. Yeah.
Is that defence, wing, midfield, everywhere?
We need some. Yeah, we need. Yeah.
And seeing as there's not many people here, can I ask you a more general question? You play against teams quite a lot that sit back, maybe 5-man defence, 3 men in midfield, and that's really difficult. What do you think, as a coach, is the best way to combat teams like that? What are the best way for your team with the players you've got?
Have 10 Haaland to score 5 goals, everyone. That is the best tactic.
He doesn't do that every game, though. So how do you get the ball to him 5 times to score a goal?
Put the ball there, and we'll score. So that is the best tactic. So the quality of the players, tactic is the players. It's the players, his form, his feet, his what they have to do. That is the best. The rest is the numbers that they move and try to help them what they have to do. But at the end, is the quality of the players.
I wanted to ask about Ruben Dias. He seems to have found his best form again and really seems to be kind of having a big impact on everyone around him in the team. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a type of player quite similar to Vinny's. How it's not about how I play myself. You know, Ruben is not playing just his game. He's playing the game for everyone. And it's my player. You know, his ability to see solve the problems from many things. His character is so important. In tactics, when you talk about tactics, this is incredible. Another part of the important tactics when we talk about football. His leadership is huge, especially even when he didn't play. You should see the impact on before the game, on halftime, or even after the game when he didn't play, game by game didn't play. He behaved the same when he was playing. And that makes you deserve to be captain or deserves to be, that's why we choose. It's choose. And his character and leadership is really important. Really one.
What sort of things does he do when he isn't playing? Is he still vocal in the dressing room?
Yeah, absolutely. And behaving the day after in the training and never complain and work the same methodology and work ethic, arriving 2 hours before, leaving 2 hours before, nothing changed. He lives 24 hours for his profession. But in that moment, maybe for my mistakes or not, I decide to need something specific, movement or something that there are maybe players that they are a little bit better on that. But maybe it should be in a tactic aspect, in the way. But in the way, what we need in that, we should play every single game. Because it's not, like I said, not just about me or just about what you have to do. It's about what the team, and always being that when the player was not happy. So nothing changed. But there are many things that you can help being happy to the team. And when that's happened, I said many times, when that's happened, his mate knows it. When that's happened, when you go on the pitch, always you play good. You don't have regret to yourself. You are always positive. I know what you have done when the situation goes wrong, and always you play good.
And he's obviously very good in his own right, but the way he kind of celebrates the defensive actions that he makes, but the ones that his teammates make, and does that make you feel that, it was very very difficult for you to replace Vincent Kompany, but Dias has kind of brought some of those qualities?
Absolutely. The body language, the gestures, these kind of things is so important in football. And always is, since the day one, have been there. Yeah, it's always positive. Next one, thinking next action, forget the mistake I've done or at the bad moments. Always is there for the next one. He's so positive. His mentality is top of the top. That's why I can play a central defender in a top club like Manchester City.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.